And I am recording this. I have never recorded.
I just saw that.
I don't even know how it's going to turn out. So it may not even turn out. I don't know. I've never done it. They may let us record and then say you have to pay $20 to have the recording.
Hopefully not. That seems kind of pricey.
Click the button and we'll see what happens. Okay, well, why don't we just get started anyway? I know we should have a couple people trickling in and out. I just have like 2 things I wanted to say before we got into it. One of it is that I know she's not on the call tonight because she is busy with theater production work, but I did want to give a huge shout out to one of our coaches, Shannon, who sold her very first challenge pack this week, and I'm very, very excited for her. She did it basically without even going out there and asking people. She did it by sharing. She did it by sharing on Instagram, and one of her friends saw her on Instagram and asked her all about the 21 Day Fix, and she just naturally said it, just because she's been sharing her story, which is kind of what we're going to be talking about later with Amber today anyway. So I think that's awesome. I'm so proud of her. She barely even knows what Success Club is, and she already has 2 points. So I think that's amazing.
That is amazing.
Isn't it? She sent me a text. She's so excited. And then I wanted to do a big, recognition in the team, and she beat me to it. She was like, I'm so proud of myself. And I'm like, yay.
You know what I realized though is that the beginning is so much better. Like when you sell your first challenge pack, the excitement then is just like so much better than as you learn it and go on. It's like that's the most exciting time.
Because there's no pressure. You're just
exactly.
You love it. And after a while, sometimes you feel like the pressure of it or some stress, so
exactly. You're like, I'm doing what I've always done, but nothing's happening this week.
Yeah, totally. So I think she's going to be great. She's such a giver, and she's so sweet. I've known her for 14 years, something scary like that. I've known her since university. So very proud of her for that. Secondly, Team Cup. I don't know, hopefully everybody is on a team or has scheduled to be on a team, but if you're not on a team yet, it's go time. We're starting on February 1st. I have 2 of my team members, 2 out of 5, on here already, and I'm excited about it. And I posted on one of our groups today that don't wait until February to start working for Team Cup, because if you wait till February, those people are probably going to come to you in March and not in February. Start looking for people now. Start finding however many people you can find who need your help. Start today, because if the sooner you start looking and you start talking to people today, they're going to come to you. You're going to be able to get them into a group come February. But if you wait, the seeds you plant in February aren't going to start to come to fruition until March, April, maybe even May. So you don't want to wait. You want to get off your butt. You want to get started. You want to make your plan, and you want to get started now, like tonight, if you haven't. I sent out I added 14 people today. I started 14 different conversations today. It's not the easiest thing, but my goal is to do at least 10 every day for the rest of the month to get started, so that anybody who I'm contacting now needs help, we can get them started come February, end of January into February. I know I'm going to be hosting a 21 Day Fix / 21 Day Fix Extreme challenge group in the middle of February. So if anybody wants to join that with me, if you're kind of worried about doing this on your own, we can all have a big one together. Totally fine. I think it'd be great. And it'd be a great way to get 21 Day Fix people to see what 21 Day Fix Extreme is about, so that by the end of that program, they might naturally want to get into 21 Day Fix Extreme. Okay. That's all I want to say, because I want to get right into it. I want to introduce everyone to my new friend, Amber.
Hey.
You're sitting next to me at the Diamond Dinner the night before the last Super Saturday that we just had. and it was the first time meeting her, and she was super chatty. As soon as I came back from the bathroom, she's asking me questions, and we started chatting. And one thing I'll probably never, ever, ever forget was when she told me that she only got 26 Success Club points last month. Let everybody that she, and she seemed genuinely kind of upset about this.
I have to tell you, I'm from a team that is overachievers, so I'm not that's what I'm used to. So yeah. That's also where I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable at 30 Success Club points. Like, I can coach that many. But I think I do my groups a little different. Anyways, were you done your introduction?
That was pretty much, well, as soon as she said that, basically I said, will you please come speak to us? I basically asked her to come speak to us because obviously she knows something that maybe we don't, but she obviously knows something that we can all learn from. And so that's it. I'm going to hit, you're beside me on the screen. So you're like, okay, here. So I'm going to hand it over to Amber.
Okay, so thank you for having me here. I'm a little nervous, I won't lie, but that's because I've had like a crazy day. And I haven't really prepared for this, but I feel like my whole year of being in Beachbody has really prepared me for this. So I'm just going to talk. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. That'll keep me going. So a little bit about me. I started with Beachbody, I think it was January 27th. I'm so terrible. I don't remember my exact anniversary. And I started with Beachbody as just a means of losing weight because I had gained so much with my son. And I kind of always struggled with weight and health, and I didn't really hold health to a high regard at all in my life. It just wasn't important in my family. So this was like a new lifestyle, not so much a business opportunity, but it became that. So I had, just so you know, I've lost about 80 pounds since last year. And that's crazy. I was really crazy in the beginning. I was doing double workouts. I was determined. So the thing that I've really learned about this business is that it's all about helping yourself and sharing how you're helping yourself with others to kind of encourage them and show them that it's possible for them to make a change too. And I do that best by sharing my story every day. And so my story is not the greatest. I mean, I've had the best year of my life. I have a new son. He's 15 months right now. And I mean, he's my pride and joy. I just love him to pieces. But I have not had an easy year, even though I've had wonderful Beachbody stuff happen to me and all of that. I'm a newly single mom. I've got a lot on my plate, a ton on my plate. I work part-time. I do Beachbody. I'm pretty busy all the time, but that said, it hasn't been the easiest year. I've had a few hiccups with moving into my new place 6 months ago, and it would just seem like one thing after another. But the thing that I realized, and I hope I'm not rambling right now, but the thing that I realized is that people really like to know that you're a human being and that you're not just some fitness guru and that you're not just, some pro that knows everything about it. They just want to be able to relate to you. And so I share my struggles on a daily basis, I actually do. And I use them in a way that is positive because every mother feels like, hey, I don't have time to work out. I can't do this. So I put a spin on it and I say, I don't have time either. And then I kind of share that so I can show people that it is possible for a single mom who's working to do this. It is possible for somebody who's 90 pounds overweight to do this. And I kind of share my story in that way. Anyways, I'm rambling, so let me collect my thoughts for a second. 1 second. So one of the things that I've realized is that you have to understand why you're doing this. And I have 5 reasons. 5 reasons that I love Beachbody. And those are the 5 things that I tend to post about daily. So I have my freedom. Beachbody has changed my life. Like, I'm not kidding. It has changed my life. I went from, working 8 to 10 hours a day and just getting by to now, right now, as a single mom, I'm working 4 hours a day, and Beachbody's, and I have a lot of bills, and Beachbody has allowed me to have that freedom to stay home with my son and only work 4 hours a day. So I have my freedom, and I share that a lot, and I talk about the opportunity, and I talk about how Beachbody has changed my life. And secondly, I'm in this because my son, I want to set a good example for my son and show him what it means to live a healthy and fulfilling life. And so I post a lot about my son. And third, I love Beachbody because I love personal development and growth. And this allows me to feel like I'm, making a difference. I'm helping others. I'm growing, not only myself, but my team. So I talk about that a lot. And sorry, I'm just thinking here. Give me 1 second. I wrote some notes. Oh yeah, and then I really enjoy helping people, so I'll talk about that a lot too. My computer is glitching right now. Anybody have any questions for me yet? I'm a little nervous. I feel like
It's okay. I just realized I always get red faced when I'm on these team calls. I'm like, why?
I think I'm red faced.
No, we'll just call it the cameras.
It is true. I have a really red wall.
So I talk a lot about my 5 passions, and that is freedom, health and fitness, my time with my family, my growth and personal development, and my support and encouragement. So if you haven't figured out why you are doing this yet, like what you value about this business and what you can talk and share with people about this business, I encourage you to do that tonight, because once you figure that out, you can be, I use writing. I love to write, and I use that as my vessel of communicating with people. So it's my release. It's what I enjoy. Can you hear me? It's what I enjoy about the business, because I don't always love inviting. Like you said, you invited 10 people this morning, and that can be grueling and boring and mundane, especially when you're hearing crickets. So my release is writing and sharing. Obviously my workouts too, but like writing and sharing. And that's been really effective for me.
So massive engagements on those photos. I pay attention to your stuff.
Thank you. And you know what I think is really important? I think is really important too is to like find your inspiration in the company, follow the Elite 10 and see what they're doing and use that as inspiration, because we're all kind of talking about the same thing. We all have one thing in common, and that is Beachbody, and you're going to relate with someone. And then you can find it, you can kind of share your story in the same likable sense that they are, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have me on Facebook yet, add me as a friend on Facebook, because I think what I do works a lot. It's a conversation starter. I get messages. I'm not even kidding. I get like 30 messages a day. I don't even have time to message people. Like, I mean, I don't have time.
Come on.
I'm not kidding. I get that many messages, but what I've realized is that people don't want a fitness guru. People want a real human being that is going through struggles, that is positive about their struggles, that they can relate to and that they like, and then they want to come to you and they want to talk to you like heart to heart. And then there you go. You have all of their reasons right there to join Beachbody. So yeah, if that's one thing I can tell you is figure out why you're doing this. Figure out why, establish your why, and then share it.
Yeah, don't
share it three times a day. 3 times a day, and then do challenge group posts once a week at least.
Now, I was going to ask you, when it comes to the posts that you do put on, because I do read them and they're awesome. But they're always also, they seem to be very in the moment. Do you write them in the moment and post them in the moment, or do you plan these ahead of time as much as you could by sharing your real life?
You know what? This is so funny, because me and my sister like got into like a little feud over this, because I had so much running around to do on what was it, Monday, I had to get my passport, I had to go to Kitchener, I had to do all this running around. And because I had a pre-made post, because I know that my posts are what run my business, I quickly copied and pasted it, put my picture on, because sometimes I do this in bed. I come up with ideas in bed and I save it to my phone. And then I put it up there, and my sister's like, really? You're too busy. And I literally had 20 something messages that I hadn't responded to. I kind of screenshot it and said, hey, I'm not putting you on the back burner. This was really quick. But she was mad at me. She's like, how can you be on Facebook and ignoring me? And I'm like, I'm not ignoring you. I'm at work in the bathroom and I'm just posting something quick. So, because I've learned that 3 posts a day, being consistent, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, 1 in the night, those are your jabs. Like, those are the things that people know you for. Those are the things that you're like, okay, this is what I'm doing today. And like, it sounds like at first I was really uncomfortable sharing everything. I was like, who cares about me? Really? Who cares? Because I didn't care, right? I thought that my stuff like sucked. But I learned that people really do care, especially if you're showing that you care about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was going to say that began to happen to me as well, because I used to post a lot of just motivational things all the time, and I would get so very little engagement. But on those posts where I would show me,
yes,
me and my son, or some random post that has nothing to do with anything, and everyone would be on it.
It's true.
And that's when I really started to think, okay, you know what, I want to, I've always had more people talking to me when I opened up, and I know I needed to do that more.
Absolutely.
Question, and this is just a technical aspect.
Okay.
Do you have a like page, or do you just use your personal page?
I have a like page, but I don't spend as much time building it for some reason. Once in a while, I'll do a paid ad, and I'll tell you, I get nothing but crickets. It doesn't work for me. You have to find what works for you. Yeah. I do a paid ad, and I've gotten nothing from them. I've spent maybe a total of $200, $300 on paid ads, and I'm kind of hesitant because the way, I don't know what you guys do to open your market up and to get new friends on your Facebook. I don't know if you use a memory jogger or if what you guys are doing. I'd love to know. But what's working for me and how I know what to post on my wall is because I have basically all moms on my Facebook. I have my friends and family, my original ones. I've lost a few friends because people are just like, like, what, you're crazy now, basically. I went through that filtration process, and it hurt my feelings at first, but now I'm like, okay, I have all of these new moms adding me, not even just new moms, but moms adding me, and so I know who I'm talking to. I know who my audience is, right? And what I do to get these new friends is I share my story in mom support groups, and I don't do it in a salesy way unless it's a buy and sell, and then I will kind of talk about the 21-day fix, because I don't know how you guys run your business, but that is my bread and butter. That is all I really sell to anyone, unless they become a coach or unless they're graduating to something else. Because that's who I'm speaking to, is people that need that program. So I've organized my business to kind of work in a systematic way. And so in mommy groups, I'll share my story. I'll talk about how I used to starve myself and how, I used to feel so deprived, and like not to this degree, but like I literally had the worst diet ever. Like in the summertime, I would think that I had to lose weight by not eating, and then by the time winter rolled around, or by the time I got a little comfortable, I would indulge in pizza and everything that I deprived myself of. I didn't care about health. I didn't really think about it. I thought about being thin. So. And I think a lot of people think like that. I really do. And so when I start thinking about what I used to struggle with in the past, and I share it in mom groups, and I ask people, I do a call to action, and I ask them, feel free to add me as a friend. If if you connect with me, or I'll even share sometimes, I always do a different story, that I am a Beachbody coach and that Beachbody's changed my life and they want to know more about it. Feel free to add me as a friend or send me a message. And I'm not kidding. I get like 50 new friend requests a week. But that's because that's because I'm consistent. Like when I started, my Facebook had 300 friends. I now have like 1,300 and I never added anyone. Like maybe one or two people I've sent a message. Pardon?
I said you're doing amazing. You said you didn't really know what to say. I'm interested in anything you have to say.
Well, I'm on a very competitive team. Like I kind of feel out of place sometimes because I'm not a competitive person, but like my team is kind of, I don't know if you've seen the leaderboard to Smartass, but it's insane. Like I'll never, and I've said this to you before, I will never ever shoot for 100 Success Club points in a month. I have like 3 people that get Success Club 100 on my team. Like, what is that? That's crazy. Isn't it?
Yeah.
To me, it's like, okay, I already know I do so much. Like, that means I'm not going to sleep. That means I'm not going to eat. That means I'm not going to work out.
Yeah.
For me. Anyways.
And I also think that's why sometimes you're more relatable as well. Because you know why you're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And I like, that's not to say like they don't know why they're doing it. They know why they're doing it. But it's almost a testament to you and knowing that you're really coming from a place of heart to help other people and that you really genuinely want to be able to touch the lives of just the right amount of people, because if you go over a certain amount, which you knowing you could probably achieve, but you wouldn't be able to really help that many people.
Exactly. Especially not in the beginning. I just figured out my challenge groups. I figured out my challenge groups so good that I could literally not post for a day and there would be 30 new posts. Like, I figured out how to do it, but that takes time. I used to hear crickets in my challenge group and I would like beg people to start posting. That takes time and it takes a lot of experimenting. Can I share how I do my challenge groups?
I think we would all like you to.
Yes, please.
So the reason why I'm able to effectively coach, I guess 16 new people a month, let's say on average, and I leave my challenge groups open to past like customers as well, even coaches and stuff like that. But the reason I'm able to do that is because I've worked out a system where I do kind of a point system based on pictures, and it's easy for me to keep track of points that way. So I will do a prize at the end of the challenge group, and it's worth it to me. If I'm getting 30 Success Club points, I'm able to afford something to give back, right? A kickback. And I do 2 points for Shakeology Selfie. And it's a secret group. I let everybody know that. I do 2 points for a post-workout selfie. I do 2 points or 4 points for like a transformation.
Did we lose you? Can everybody hear her? Oh no, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Uh-oh. Amber? Can everyone hear Amber?
No, she's frozen.
Okay, hold on. Uh-oh, why am I frozen? Hold on, I'll send her a message. Eek!
Oh no.
I'll see if she can leave and come back in again. Anyway, while that's happening, hi. Are we learning something? Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay. Yay. What are we learning the most so far? Oh, maybe that's her. Maybe. Maybe, baby. Oh, no. Yeah. Hey. I can't hear you at all. What's happening? I'll just make funny faces in the meantime. Technology is great, but seriously, why does this happen? They can put people on the moon, but they can't figure out audio and visual. I don't understand this.
I don't know why I didn't think of pictures like of yourself with the shake and the workout.
It's so much easier, right?
Yeah, I've been doing other photos.
Yeah.
Which still works, but this is
Yeah.
better, obviously.
I don't know what's happening.
It looks like she's getting her computer.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've done like contests before that don't always have to do with photos either. So, which was always quite confusing. So, having the photos is so much easier. Amber, can you hear us? We just can't hear you. I think the opposite. Nod once for yes. Amber, can you hear us at all? No, I don't think so. Oh man. What? It won't let her use audio. Maybe it's something on my end.
I had that issue last week, Therese. I
It
couldn't
just
use
won't let
audio.
you? She's using her. Well, she was using her phone.
Oh, okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yay!
we can.
Okay, awesome. Sorry about that. I had a fully charged phone, but because I'm on it so often, I think that it died, even though it was fully charged. Okay, so I have a point system, and I do, like I said, I do if they take a selfie of having a Shakeology or doing a workout, or, you know, if they're courageous enough to share a before and after picture, then they get points. And at the end, I go through my album, and I mean, there's usually 2 to 3 people that are really, that you know it's between them. So I'll calculate it between them. And then at the end, whoever wins a prize wins a prize. But the point is that these girls now are coaching each other. And it takes so much work off of me. So much work off of me. So then I can focus on talking to new people or answering the questions that some of my challengers have. But for the most part, they post in the group and I'm not swamped and I'm answering the question, not just to one person, but I'm answering it to everyone. Right? So can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
I love how brilliant that was, because I know when I would go through the posts and the photos, it never dawned on me just to look in the photo album. So I was
Oh my gosh, I was
having to
so overwhelmed.
scroll. So like
I was so overwhelmed when I had images.
that, like when you told me that at the dinner, I was like, why didn't I think of that?
Oh, I'm always thinking of more efficient ways to do it. Because I'm swamped sometimes. I'm like, this isn't right. There's got to be a better way.
So when you do, we only have about 5 minutes left, but when you do your groups, you specifically do them for 21 Day Fix. Now, anyone who's coming back, coaches or past customers or whatever, they're also doing the 21 Day Fix, or
Nope.
can they do whatever they want?
Honestly, the people that are getting other programs are already coaches. They're already in love with this as much as I am.
Yeah.
I have, from when I started, I have about 30 personally sponsored coaches. And I think that's quite a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Mind you, a lot of them are discount coaches. I have maybe 10 to 12 business builders that I'm really trying to work with right now, but that are kind of in and out a lot. So that's where my focus is more now, like is kind of working with my coaches, because that's what you
It sounds like you've got it down for everything else.
Yeah.
Now you can focus on the coaches, which is exactly what you need to do, right? Create those systems to make the challenge groups easier so you can spend the time focusing on your leaders.
Amber, I have a question. Do you require challenge packs no matter what?
Oh God, no. No. I don't have any rules like that. I will take on anyone, even if they're doing Turbo Jam and they want the support, because that's an opportunity for me So no, I don't say you have to get challenge packs to be in the group. However, they are at a disadvantage because they don't get points for Shakeology selfies.
True. So do you tell them that at all beforehand?
No.
Like,
I think passion speaks for itself.
yeah.
And that's why sharing your story, and then when people like you, when people are already following you and like you, anything you tell them, they're not gonna fight. They're not gonna put resistance up. That's why I think it's crucial to expand your market. Like every week, 1 day a week, start posting in groups, asking people to just become friends with you. That's it. And then using your posts every day to let them get to know you, to trust you. And so when you finally have that conversation with them, they're not going to resist you. They're going to trust everything you say. If you recommend Shakeology, if you recommend a challenge pack, they're going to get it. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so interesting because there's so many, and I think it's why Katie was talking about too, because she and I go over it all the time. Katie's my success partner, and we go over that all the time. Do we require, do we not? Because we hear so many coaches saying, no, I don't require them, and so many other ones saying, oh no, nobody comes into my group without a challenge pack. Or nobody comes into my group without a challenge pack and without signing up as a coach.
It's up to you.
Because it would make no sense.
Whatever works.
You know.
Whatever works for you. This is what works for me.
Yeah.
I have had, like, I've tried everything. I'm not kidding you. I've done posts in groups where I'm like, hey, has anyone tried a Beachbody program? I'm a coach. I'm offering a free motivational group. If you want in, all you have to do, and then I'll tell them, this is how you enroll me as a coach. And guess what usually ends up happening? They end up either becoming a coach themselves, or they end up getting something, trying Shakeology, right? Because these people have Beachbody programs, they don't have a coach, and they're not using their programs. So you might as well help them, right? I always look for long-term opportunities and not just like that quick, $40, $50 commission.
Yeah.
So I've had customers that didn't start with me. They didn't buy a challenge pack. I let them in my group and they became a coach. And now they're like one of my best coaches. So I recommend being wide open and just sharing your help with whoever needs it. That's what I do.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this is the only way, but this is the way that I do it.
Yeah. We have
Seems to
less
work.
than a minute.
Okay.
Literally
any
last
other
minute questions, or do you want to just wrap it up?
I've kind of rambled on, and I hope that I've added value to all of you guys, and I hope that you'll all add me as a friend, and then we can all connect. One other thing, if you are overwhelmed and you feel like you have a lot of messages, I don't know if you know about the voice note, the power of sending a voice
I didn't know
message.
until you sent it to me, and I was like, ooh.
It's awesome. I mean, maybe not for a stranger that you're just meeting, but like someone that's, saying, hey, what's this all about? Like, even if you're in a rush, just send them a quick voice note. They hear the passion in your voice too. It's
on Facebook Messenger on the app. You can actually record an audio for like a minute.
Yeah, exactly. And I swear, this business is all about being a good leader and being passionate. And it's not about the details. It's not about all of that. It's just about you showing people that what is possible. What is possible. I don't, like, if you're a single mom, showing single moms out there, this is possible,
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on, because we're going to get cut off any second now, I'm sure. But thank you.